Now, in case you didn't notice, it is really cold outside, and it's not normal. Sub-zero temperatures have shattered records, and thousands of schools and businesses are closed as a brutal Arctic blast spreads across the eastern half of the United States. So when will it all be over? And what parts of the country have it worst?
For millions in the Midwest, it doesn't feel like July this morning. A blast of cold air is pushing temperatures down to record low territory.
That system resembles last winter's pattern that plunged much of the country into a deep freeze. Remember that? CBS News contributor Michio.
This is the middle of August. These pictures were shot along Water Street on the south side by Marlene Evans. You can see some of the leaves were turning a golden yellow, and on one tree, some of the leaves have changed to red. Marlene wanted to know if this was normal, and no, it's not. I mean, even with cool weather, normally you've got to wait until you have the shorter daytime lengths, because that contributes to the changing of the leaves. But where the days are getting shorter, and boy, we've had a preponderance of cool weather out there.
Yeah.
So.
Right now.
Meteorologist / scientist Mike Masco is here to break down the solar patterns and what it could mean for winter. Mikey?
Yeah, hey guys, good evening. I ran a story a couple of months ago about the sun being extremely quiet prior to reaching its solar maximum. Now, 2013 was expected to feature the most active period for the sun, now producing huge solar flares and numerous magnetic storms. However, that never happened. Take a look at the sun today. Instead of seeing many dark blemishes, we see nothing but a glowing ball of fire. Any activity that may have formed over the last couple of months have diminished to levels that have not been seen in over 100 years. Now, you may be wondering, when was the last time the sun was this quiet? You have to go back to when the Chicago Cubs actually won the World Series back in 1908. Scientists believe we may have hit our solar maximum, which means now the sun will enter a quiet period from right now through the next several years. So let's build on this. Let's talk about this. How will this impact our winter? Does the low solar activity impact it at all? Well, research tells us low activity actually features a weak polar vortex over northern Canada. If that happens, more blocking is favorable, pushing cold air from the North Pole into the United States. Now, climatology tells us the cold years here in Maryland line up with the low solar activity dating back to the early 1800s. Now, I'm going to release my second annual winter outlook in early November. And for more
Indonesia's Mount Sanyang volcano has begun to erupt, with huge ash clouds rising 3,000 meters into the air and being pushed eastwards.
Arah barat mengikuti arah angin.
A day after the earth violently shook across the San Francisco Bay Area, one early estimate puts damage at $1 billion. Hardest hit, the town of Napa, where homes were destroyed, historic buildings crumbled, and pavement buckled. In a quake-prone region where the big one is never far from mind, the realization quickly set in that this wasn't it. But at 6.0, the early Sunday morning quake was strong enough to send scores of people to hospitals, some with serious injuries. It was centered just to the northeast of San Francisco, near the heart of California's wine industry, which has taken a big hit from this. NBC's
the ground moves and things start to fall, you'll ask yourself, how prepared or unprepared are you? Have you removed objects?